It's about time. For years, Zion Williamson has been the NBA's ultimate what if. What if he stayed healthy? We've asked the same questions, the same hopes, the same doubts. Will he finally reach his full potential? Can you transform all that into consistent dominance? What if he stayed in shape? What if we finally got to see the player everyone said could dominate the league? Every offseason, we'd hear the same headlines. Zion looks incredible. Every training camp, we'd see the same optimism. He's locked in. And every season, it ended the same way. A new setback, another injury, another reminder that potential means nothing if you're never on the floor. Dreams of dominance, flashes of brilliance, all cut short before they could take hold. Each time, hold turned into frustration. Fans got tired of waiting. Analysts started to move on. Even Pelicans fans, the people who've defended him the most, began asking the question nobody wanted to say out loud. Is this ever going to change? But then, something shifted. This summer, Zion didn't just talk, he worked. He overhauled his conditioning, trained differently, and told reporters, "I haven't felt like this since college." And for the first time in years, it's not just talk. It actually looks real. Zion Williamson looks leaner. He's moving better. He's attacking with that old burst that once made him the most unstoppable prospect since LeBron James. That rare combination of power, speed, and skill is back. And after everything, the injuries, the jokes, the doubts, it feels like we've reached a crossroads. Because if this version of Zion is real, it could change everything. No more talk, no more hype, no more excuses. For years, Zion's story has been one of potential without proof. Every offseason brought hope, headlines, highlights, promises of change. But the same questions lingered. Could he show the dominance we all expected? Since being drafted number 1 in 2019, he's played in only about half of New Orleans games. When he's on the court, he's a walking 25 points on 60% shooting. An unstoppable force in a 6'6" frame. But it's the when he's on the court part that's defined him. Fans got tired of hearing how dominant he could be. They wanted to see what he actually is. The injuries, the conditioning issues, the weight jokes, they all became part of the narrative. Even people who love Zion started asking, is he ever going to figure this out? This summer, something finally changed. For the first time in years, Zion didn't hide from the criticism. He acknowledged it. He admitted that in past off seasons, he didn't always take care of his body the right way. He even said straight up that his habits weren't helping him stay on the court. That kind of honesty, that's new for Zion. Because for so long, everything around him felt like denial. People brushing off concerns, saying, he's young, he'll figure it out. But the truth is, time was starting to run out on that narrative. So this offseason, Zion approached things differently. He focused on consistency, not just bursts of effort. He worked with new trainers to prioritize recovery, flexibility, and staying light on his feet. He committed to his diet, his conditioning, and his routine. Every day, he attacked his training like a mission. No shortcuts, no excuses, just relentless focus. And when he told reporters, "I haven't felt like this since college," he wasn't exaggerating. You can literally see it in how he moves. The difference isn't just physical, it's mental. There's a sharper focus in how he carries himself. He's not laughing off questions about his health anymore. He's answering them like someone who knows what's at stake. And the on-court results have been obvious. In just a few preseason minutes, Zion looked explosive. That same burst we saw at Duke, that same power that made him a once-in-a-decade prospect. But this time, he looks under control. He's not forcing his way through defenders or playing himself into shape. He's already there. It's not just that Zion looks lighter, it's that he looks liberated. He's finally moving like the game has slowed down for him. And for Pelicans fans, that's all they've wanted. To finally see the version of Zion that was promised 5 years ago. Even through all the injuries and setbacks, the Pelicans never gave up on Zion. They've built their future around him, even when many around the league said they should consider moving on. And just recently, they proved that belief in a massive way. The Pelicans guaranteed Zion's entire $39.4 million salary for the upcoming season. That's not a small gesture, that's a full commitment. They could have hesitated, they could have protected themselves with partial guarantees, but they didn't. They're sending a message. We still believe Zion Williamson can lead this franchise. It's an investment not just in a player, but in a promise. The same promise that's defined his career since he entered the league. Because when Zion's on the floor, the Pelicans are a completely different team. They're faster, more dynamic, more confident. So yes, the Pelicans are all in again. And this time, it feels like Zion is finally matching that commitment with one of his own. There's a reason this version of Zion feels different. He's not trying to prove the haters wrong. He's trying to prove himself right. He's been through years of rehab, questions about his weight, constant jokes online, and yet he's still here. The quotes, the footage, the body language, it all points to a player who's finally taking ownership of his career. He's not relying on natural ability anymore. He's relying on discipline. And when you combine this mindset with that talent, that's the player the Pelicans drafted number 1 overall.
That's the player who was supposed to change everything for this franchise. Let's be real. This might be Zion's last real chance to convince people. Fans are tired of hearing about potential. They've seen flashes for 5 years, but flashes don't build legacies. This season isn't just another comeback, and it's a defining moment. Because the truth is, patience around the league is running thin. If Zion can't stay healthy this time, that label of what could have been might stick forever. And it's not just about his reputation. It's about the future of the Pelicans too. They've built their entire identity around him. If he finally stays healthy, everything they've believed in suddenly makes sense. If he doesn't, everything they've built starts to come into question. The reality is, you only get so many chances to change your narrative. Zion's had more than most, but he's also shown more than most ever could. Now it's about showing up every night, proving he's not just a viral highlight, but a franchise cornerstone. Because this time, it's not just about potential, it's about proof. That's what makes this season so important. It's not just about Zion returning, it's about Zion redeeming everything that's come before this moment.
It's about time. It's about time Zion Williamson looks like this. Because if he can stay healthy, if he can keep this version of himself locked in, the rest of the NBA better be ready. This might finally be the year Zion proves the Pelicans were right to never give up on him. And maybe, just maybe, this is the moment he reminds everyone why he was once seen as the league's next generational force. What do you think? Is this finally the year Zion stays healthy and dominates the league the way we all expected? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to know where you stand. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our future NBA breakdowns.